Polite inquiries, Lords.
It's taken 6 takes for that.
Innocent Bystander says, is this a good time to overreact again like we did last Sunday? I don't know if we overreacted, but everyone reacted heavily.
We said that Australia had some good players and they could come back, didn't we? I mean, I don't think anyone thought that England was suddenly... They're still number 7 in the world. When you keep being 30 for 4 or whatever the hell they are,
Fair point.
you probably have to learn 1 or 2 lessons.
Richard Bannon says, which test, Cardiff or Lords, better reflects the state of these two teams?
Well, obviously it's somewhere in the middle, which would be what, Bristol?
Geography.
Probably more Lords because, theory this, Root was dropped on naught.
Yep.
And had he been caught on naught in Cardiff, it would have been a whole lot closer.
Everything kind of went right for England at Cardiff,
Yeah.
and they won by 160 runs. On the other hand, though, I always thought Australia would probably win here and at Edgbaston because they have slightly quicker pitches in general. So it's maybe gone more to script than anything else. Clive says, views on this pitch now.
Anyone who doesn't think this is a poor pitch, I don't understand what they think about cricket.
No one wants test matches to be played on this. It was great because Australia, of the way they played, the way that Smith and Rogers batted, the way that they bowled, there's no doubt that that was good, but that could have been done on something that wasn't that. Adam Gilbride says, what's seen a bigger improvement from this test, Australia's batting or bowling?
I don't think they bowled badly in Cardiff.
I mean, I think the whole lineup just looks stronger with Neville and Marsh in it, so I think that's a massive help to begin with.
Massive.
Because
it's a balanced attack.
although Marsh helped the bowling as well.
No, but that's the whole point of actually playing an all-rounder. It makes a massive difference.
Because they played an all-rounder before.
Not really. In Cardiff, the Australian attack always had a weak link, and it wasn't relentless. Here, with the Marsh coming on and actually looking like a good bowler, it was relentless,
So you
as
think
England had been.
The bowling has improved.
No, so the batting's improved more. I don't
Okay.
think they bowled particularly badly, but they didn't have as many bowlers.
Thatcher says, how schoolboyish was this from England?
No, it's pretty average, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the run out itself
It's a bit
was
harsh on
hilarious.
schoolboys.
England were bad in pretty much every way that they had to be today, weren't they? I mean, obviously the bowling and the fielding, they were already gone in that regard, but when they actually went in to bat, they just never... I can't think of a single time I thought, do you know what? They're going to make it through the next 10 overs without losing
They're
a
very,
wicket.
very poor. All I would say, in slight mitigation, is
no mitigation.
watching Mitchell Johnson running in, it is quite something. All the fast bowlers I've ever seen, he's right up there with the most menacing. Honestly, he's up there with any of the West Indians. Sean Tate was very, very quick, very briefly. Shoaib Akhtar was every bit as quicker, I think. Mitchell Johnson, the angle, the slinginess, the lack of bounce, actually. He's right up there.
Owen says, is dropping a bunch of players really the answer? Well, it worked for Australia, to be fair.
Well, they didn't drop both of them, but yeah, they might have done anyway. Yeah, they changed their side. You can't put up with mediocrity and failure indefinitely, and it does keep happening.
There's a difference between panic dropping and there's a difference between they never make any runs and there's something actually wrong with them. There's a point where you actually need to make a call. Gavin says, do either of you possess a tribal side which takes a raw primitive joy in the success of your home
having a
nation?
day off? Oh.
Yeah. When Australia won it at the WACA, the last, I don't know, half an hour, I just went out and watched it. It was awesome. I had seen Australia lose so many ashes in this job at that point, and to see them go out and win and just be with the fans.
If you do something professionally, it does change your reaction to it a little bit. Of course it does.
But to be fair, you were a dour person beforehand. Danny says, according to Haddon Maths, Bell's net average so far this summer in England is minus 10.88. Should he be dropped? Danny then goes on to explain, just to show my working, this subtracts the 165 runs by Smith and the 38 runs by Latham.
I wouldn't drop him.
Who would you drop?
Honestly, I would drop Adam Lyth, which is quite harsh, but I think that they found a flaw there which they're going to find quite often. So I'm just answering the question honestly, but as a big Ian Bell fan, I suppose, I wouldn't drop him, but he can't really complain if he is, can he?
Cricketing View says, what might Carvery and Compton say looking at Robson and now live?
Yeah, I spoke to Compton today. I think he
The Compo
thinks...
dog. Comp dog.
I think he reckons he could do a pretty decent job.
There's no reason why Compton couldn't come back. It would be...
Oh, there are. There's some really good, strong reasons.
No, I mean cricketing reasons.
No, there aren't.
De Koenig says, what is the story of Moeen Ali and the short ball? Well, pure horror. When he gets hit or gets afraid, do you feel the pain and the fear as well?
I didn't see any fear. I saw a man who took on a pull shot. It was on him very quickly.
I saw fear in your eyes.
Possibly the most hostile fast bowler in the world, beat him for pace with a very good short ball. It happens.
Dr. Khan says, do you still think there's no room for KP in the middle order?
He's
George?
asked that to me because I've always been, such a KP critic? There isn't
Well, you
actually.
tried to headbutt
I think KP's moved on. I think he understands. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he understands that England have gone a different way now. And after the ODI series, when England did well, I think he realised then that they weren't going to come back to him, and I suspect he won't play any more first-class cricket.
Andrew Stace says, if that's a poor wicket, should England bother turning up on a sporting wicket? They'd have to find one.
They'd have to create a sporting wicket because that's, I think, probably the only way they can beat Australia regularly.
Jonathan Hughes says, can you give George Dobell a hug?
Who's he asking? Oh, because it would be hard for me to. Although I could do this, couldn't I?
We'll see you in
Weird.
Edgbaston.